Can you believe Tekken 7 comes out in June? Hey, that guy Vlad, thanks very much for the resub. You guys doing alright? I don't want to talk about it. That's why there's no podcast. That's not why there's no podcast. There's no podcast because we don't sell podcasts here anymore. But I definitely don't want to talk about it. If there were a podcast, sweet. You know what I've also noticed? My camera has been giving me a green screen way more recently. And that might be because it's breaking. I think my camera is finally going to kick the bucket or the busket.
Thank you.
Hey, Roach King. Do I get my cat face yet? Let me see. 23. Next inch, brew. Hang in there. Hang in there. Thanks for the resub. Based God's dad. Cool name. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. Anyway. Oh yeah, so my camera. I think it might do this permanently, hopefully. Anyway, yeah, I don't like doing podcasts. It's over. Podcasts we don't sell them here anymore. I'll tell you exactly why. Write this down. I don't like asking questions. And I especially don't like asking questions from people who I don't really give a shit about what their answer is.
Thank you.
So, think about that. Why would I want to ask a question in which I don't give a shit about the answer? I don't like it. I don't like it. Blargien, number 1. Thanks very much. I may change my mind, of course, in the future. I may change my mind in the future, but at the moment, fuck that. I mean, I was thinking about it, right? I was thinking about, oh, maybe I should hit up Rip and Rixta and, like, see if they're available. And I'm thinking about the subjects, right? What are we going to talk about? Injust Ass 2 has a trailer where all they're doing is making up characters and not adding Deathstroke. Okay? We got Beetle Man, Beetle Boy. We got all this dumb shit. No Deathstroke. Tekken 7's coming out in June. I don't want to talk about it. I mean, what do you want me to talk about? There's nothing to talk about. Let me play Resident Evil 7. Fuck podcasts. They're whack. Flush them down the toilet. There's nothing. If you don't have anything nice to say, you ain't gonna fool me again. Or you know the old saying, right? I don't give a shit. Free Andy. I don't care about any of that stuff, right? I don't care about that. ARMS is coming out next month or whatever. ARMS MILFs. Who gives a shit? None of these toppings are any good. The toppings are no good. Killer Bitch Stick Season 3, ARMS MILFs, and Tekken 7 is coming out in June. You want me to do a podcast? You guys don't know shit. You guys don't know nothing. You want me to do a podcast? The toppings are trash. And over here I got Resident Evil 7 chilling, waiting for me, doing this shit. Harris, come play me.
Thank you.
And you want me to do a podcast? You're out of your mind. Everything's going great. Everything's going great with me. I was just using this opportunity to vent my frustration about doing a podcast earlier. I don't remember where we left off, but basically I was getting to the conclusion that I don't like any of the things that we would talk about today. So I don't feel like doing one. I don't think I feel like doing them. I don't like doing podcasts. I mean, I'm over it. You can't do the same shit forever, dude. Everyone grows and changes and adapts, and you can't do the same shit for the rest of your life. I've been doing podcasts since 2010. My first podcast was in 2010. It's 2017. I've been doing podcasts for 7 years, And at first, I used to do them once every month, and I used to have guests every time. And then for a while, I had MYK, remember? Those old school days? I just don't like doing it. It sucks.
Vent your frustration, will ya?
I am. I'm venting it right now, right out the rear. Thanks very much, Joe. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't even really like doing it. You could tell I don't know. I feel like if you don't like doing it, you're not going to do a good job either. So, I mean, that's like whole nother thing. But then again, I feel like half the time you guys just want me to talk shit, right? What kind of a podcast is that? This guy's just talking shit. Yeah. I mean, we gotta move along. After weeks and weeks of all we were doing I feel like for weeks, all we were doing was, well, we're just waiting to find out more news about Tekken 7 or whatever. What's going on in the Killer Bitch Stink community? Oh, a new character named, Watermelandra. You know the drill. Whatever. Is anybody playing Injustice 2? I was watching Ketchup and Mustard. You guys know those guys, the British commentators? I was watching those guys play Injustice Part 2, and I was watching them play it, right? And I was deciding whether or not I want to play it, right? So I'm watching them play it, and they were really pumped. They were using this character, and it was like, they were dissecting the character and figuring out like different loops and different cross-ups, ambiguous and all this other bullshit. And I was thinking to myself, like, I was putting myself in their shoes, and I was thinking, like, it's so hard for me to get excited about this because when the game comes out, I feel like it's in beta form, right? The way they change it so much at release. This is like, I don't know. What's there to get excited about? They're like, oh, that's plus on block. And I'm thinking, like, that's not going to be plus on block tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, you better kiss that shit goodbye. So it's hard for me, at least, to get excited about it because of how much it changes. And also my character isn't in. And none of the characters that are in are really calling me like Diablo. So right now, I think I'm going to hold off on Injustice. Not to mention I don't have a code, but that doesn't mean that Lord Paolo probably wouldn't help a brother out if I asked him, right? So I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for maybe a character that I'm interested in to be in the game or in the demo. It looks cool. I mean, it looks very similar to Part 1, but that doesn't mean it looks bad. It looks polished. It looks like a more polished version of Part 1. Injustice Part 1 2017 edition. Have you said your thoughts on Eliza in Tekken 7? I don't know. Whatever. It's pretty... Eliza in Tekken 7? I think... You know what I did? Okay, look. I'm gonna be honest. This Tekken 7 news came out while I was in jail, right? I was in Twitch jail, and I was not playing any video games. And then I heard this news, I looked at it, and I was thinking to myself... You gotta be fucking kidding me, right? I was thinking June is the release date and Eliza is in the game and her tits grow and they shrink and she falls asleep. And it made me think about when in Tekken 6 Bloodline Rebellion, when I first saw Elisa and I saw chainsaws coming out of her hands and I saw her take off her head and give it to you and then it explodes. I thought to myself, well... Tekken really jumped the shark here. I mean, it's over for Tekken. That's what I thought, right? And Tekken 6 Bloodline Rebellion ended up being one of my favorite Tekkens ever. I ended up going to the World Tournament in Japan. I ended up qualifying for Super Battle Opera. And, all that after I was like, well, Tekken really jumped the shark because of these chainsaws. So, basically, I'm not in love with the chainsaws. I'm not in love with Eliza or any of that shit. But that doesn't mean I'm not in love with Tekken 7. I'm just waiting to, see what I mean? This is fucking so stupid. I hate saying I'm just waiting because that's all I'm doing. That's why I don't want to do a podcast because I don't want to talk about it. What's there to talk about? I saw the trailer. You saw the trailer. Eliza sucks. And June sucks. June sucks. Eliza sucks. What else do you want me to say? Right? Ayers hates tits. That's not true. I like tits. It's true. I do. Why? Who doesn't? Who doesn't like tits?
Will you react to the news of ATP Live being cancelled?
Hey, I think I missed some other people too while I was pissed there. Yelling about June. I hate June. I hate June. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Thanks for all the kindness, everybody's. Fazzy the God, I'm flustered because I'm so pissed about June. Joe, thanks again. Fazzy the God, Chat Stoner, Tanker Darren, and K-Dance MC. Thanks very much. I really appreciate it, everybody. Sorry, but I don't like doing podcasts at the moment, and I don't think I'm going to do them. I just don't feel like it. Travis the Challenger, thanks for the resub. Also, Ricksta this week, he had a rough week. And I don't even necessarily want to ask him to be on the podcast, right? Because I think Ricksta put his dog to sleep or something like that this week. And I know he's a real dog, like, he loves those dogs for sure, Probably because they're at, like, eye level with him, So he had to put one to sleep. So I don't even want to fuck with that. And there's all this other stuff that I don't even want to fuck with. So just leave me out of it. Okay? You guys don't, some of you people who don't know dogs may not realize that dogs, putting a dog to sleep, it's almost like putting a person to sleep.
Sup, Lord Doris, have you ever been to Whataburger on the Gulf Coast? Also, ever got your Destructoid headphones?
Destructoid headphones? No, they're still in the mail. New Bonic. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, listen, of course, I told him it's sad times, right? So I don't even want to ask him to be on the podcast, not to mention the rest. So, you know how it is. Pretty wild, right? They live for a really short amount of time. And also, I think dogs, I'm pretty new to dogs, right? I don't know that much about them, but I feel like they can get just as many sicknesses as people.
Casting is for wizards and bitches.
Bitches, man, the way she says bitches with the Y, she sounds like she's been drinking. Thanks, Sweater Richards. I appreciate it. Anyway. What about that ESL match on Tuesday? I don't even know what you're talking about. I think I was banned. Or if I wasn't banned, I was playing Resident Evil. Or if I wasn't playing Resident Evil, I was busy not giving a shit. I don't remember. I can't quite remember what I was doing during that. But I'm currently still not giving a shit, though. Thanks again, Sweater Richards. I appreciate it. Anyway, can we get this puppy on the road? I'm unplugged and I'm ready to roll. Oh shit, green screen, nice. Oh, I gotta be careful. Sometimes if you flash a light in front of it, it turns off. That's the last thing I need. Hey, Sweater Richards and Nubonic and everybody else, thanks for the kind generosity. I appreciate it very much. You guys are too kind. Now keep it down. I'll put this up as a hiatus announcement. I thought we already did a hiatus announcement. I think you guys are all just bitches, right? That's gotta be it. The last time we did a podcast, on that podcast, I said there's no more podcasts. And every Thursday, everyone's like, hey, what's up, man? What are you guys gonna talk about on the podcast today? What are you guys, all fucking stoners? What do you mean, sir? This is, you see, No Pants, you should not do that. Because doing that, all it does is it further encourages these morons to... Wait a minute. This is not the closing statement. I'm on to you now, motherfucker. No Pants is a sneaky bitch. He says some shit like that, and then he gets me riled up, and then this thing I just said ends up being the closing statement. He's getting good at this YouTube shit. He's fishing right now. No Pants, I'm on to you, you motherfucker. Let me play my game. June sucks, podcasts suck. Quit trying to bait shit out. This is not the closing statement. Shh.